Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Day Trader on location here on my holiday in the United Kingdom. Back very shortly, but today's video is all about Virgin Galactic. Why have I doubled up? Why have I gone all in on this stock? What is the right price to buy it? Where is the price going to go? I'm going to answer all of those questions right now. How does it affect the overall market? How can you pick the right stock at the right price? We're going to discuss all that now on this video. So this is a live broadcast. I do have you on chat. So if you come into the chat, I will answer your questions as well. So we'll get right into that in a second. But first of all, if it's your very first time here, please click subscribe and you will be notified of all my videos as they break. This is on my on location broadcast at the moment. And also, of course, smash the like button. That really helps the algorithm for YouTube and allows me to get this message across to more people. Thank you very much indeed for considering on doing both of those things. Right, let's talk about Virgin Galactic. The markets have been reacting today all over the place, and I am extremely bullish on the markets, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm extremely bullish. I've always been bullish. Nothing has really changed there, but I'm going to explain to you why I'm extra bullish today on Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE stock. So let's go into the live chat and see who's with me. First of all, welcome Bill, Stephen Lewandowski, Nicky Boy Gaming, good afternoon. Stephen Lewandowski says, hi Martin, hopefully your vacation is going good. Has Vorb set a date for a launch of the satellite yet? 29th of November, if not into the first week, of October, if not the first week of November. So I'm just keeping my eye on that, and I'll bring you all the information as I can. I sold my position in Vorb yesterday, put it into Virgin Galactic, and I'm looking for a re-entry point on Virgin Orbit, and I'll explain why I did that in a second as well. Mike, good afternoon to you. So let's talk about Virgin Galactic just for a second. You can see behind me, I don't know if you can see on the screen there, I now have 2,100 shares. My average price now is $4.93. And I've increased that from $1,500, 1,500 shares. So virtually doubled up. I'm on the way to doubling. I'm still looking to do that. So the reason for this and the reason why I've bought in now is now, for the first time, Virgin Galactic is at its wholesale price. What do I mean by that? The price divided by the number of shares is, as it was this morning on the drop, equal to the cash they hold on the balance sheet. So basically what you're doing is you're buying the cash on the balance sheet. Now, that is the very best way to buy a business. If you believe a business is going to grow and it's got the fundamentals, if you can buy it at the wholesale price, in other words, the value of the shares divided by the number of shares gives you the market cap, and that is how much approximately this morning, before the price went up where it is now, was the value of the cash they hold on their balance sheet. So that, to me, says I'm getting this stock at the very best price. Now, that doesn't mean to say it can't go lower, but this is basically the wholesale price, because I'm paying for the price of the cash they hold on the balance sheet. Now, we know they're burning cash, obviously. They're developing their fleet and so on and so forth. But they've sold all the tickets. The customers are ready to go. They've already had that experience. We saw that on YouTube a few weeks ago. They're all ready to go. The flights are all scheduled. I know they've put out times before and moved them, but that is quite normal. Let's be honest, of a rocket company. Tesla did that many times, and NASA have done that many times. It doesn't mean NASA have got you going anywhere, right? So for me, unless there's some all mental, catastrophe, we are on for a stock which can, as I've always said, go to $100 a share. Now, when we were at $10 a share, that was 10x. Well, where we are right now is 20x, because we're in fact more than that. The stock price right now is $4.35. So do your maths. If you believe investing in value, now I know in this current climate, we want stocks that make money, but new innovative stocks companies will never make money off the bat. How can they? They're brand new and they haven't yet started to make money, but these customers are in the bag. There is money waiting to be paid to Virgin Galactic as soon as these flights take place. So all of that is great. But as Warren Buffett always famously said, what you're looking to do is you're looking to buy a great company at a fair price. Well, in my book and my calculation, you can't get a better value stock price than a stock which is purely paying for the cash which is on the books. That makes sense to me. That doesn't value in the assets of the rocket ships. That doesn't value in the customers that are about to fly and spend money and so on. Doesn't value in goodwill. Doesn't value in any future projections whatsoever. Just the pure value of the cash that's in hand. So to me, this has been a great opportunity. So what I did, I had 10% profit on Virgin Orbit. I sold my Virgin Orbit because that wasn't really moving up with the good news. Let's be honest, it's moved a little bit, but nothing really to excite me. I was expecting, I was expecting a 30, 40% push. That hasn't happened yet. So looking at the chart and the way that Virgin Orbit moves, I'm expecting Virgin Orbit to drop down again and get back in again. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I made 10%. Which on $1,500 was 150 quid. Whatever. I used that $1,500 and I bought several hundred lot shares, in at 100, in at 100. Every time it went down, bought more. So that's my position. That's why I've done it. So I feel that now Virgin Galactic is the wholesale price. Now my average is still above where we are today because obviously I started buying it at $35, but we are there. We are just a few cents away now from breaking even at the wholesale price. Let me go back to the questions and see if I've got anybody asking me any questions on in the live chat. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Danny Anilov, good afternoon. When the Galaxy will cost 65. Not sure what you mean by that. Ask me again in a different way. I'll try and explain. I'll try and answer it. Evening says anyway. Good evening to you. Good evening, Bill. When is the flight? When are the flights scheduled? They're scheduled the first quarter and the second quarter next year, 2023. So even if they have to delay, and hopefully they won't. Even if they do, they've got money in the bank, so there's no issue with running out of money. I'm very, very confident of it. So as an investor, what you're looking for is a stock at great value with great growth that hasn't yet had its S-curve, and that's exactly where we are with Virgin Galactic. So there we go. Now also on the overall markets, why I'm extra optimistic and why I bought more Tesla the other day, another 4 shares of Tesla, is let's go over to the screen here and have a quick look. This is my overall position today. You can see my overall position today is up. It's way ahead of the S&P today, way ahead of the markets. I'm beating the markets because if you're going to beat the market, if you want to, beat the S&P 500, you want to beat the market, you have to invest in speculative, if you like. I don't regard it as speculative. It's regarded as high risk, but I call it innovative technologies that haven't yet broken through. You have to invest in those stocks because they're beaten down right now. Now, if SPCE stock is great value, if SPCE stock is a wholesale price, you're only paying for the cash on the books, why isn't everybody else buying it? Why am I shouting about SPCE stock? Why am I getting excited? Well, it's quite simple, really. It's not going to explode until first quarter, second quarter of next year. So with everything that's going on around the world, it makes sense to have your money parked elsewhere. However, if you go down that side of investing and your money's parked and it's making money somewhere else, you got to do the calculation. If I miss this opportunity, if if there's some news, or if it starts to pump up and suddenly goes to $5, $6, $7, you've missed a huge amount of growth. So for me, I would rather lose the opportunity of growing on something else right now and have it in SPCE. Now, it still only makes up about 12% of my overall portfolio, which is a lot for a high-risk stock, but still I've got plenty of exposure to the S&P 500 and individual stocks which are in the S&P, like Apple, Tesla is a big position for me, and so on and so forth. Amazon, Microsoft, all of these other shares that I still hold. So the overall market's up 4% today, so I'm way ahead today of the S&P, of the market. Virgin Orbit, you can see it's up 3.41. I sold it at $3, so it's gone up a little bit, but it's not really doing what I would expected it to do, to be honest. At this level, I would have thought it would have gone a lot higher than this, but I'm expecting to buy it on the pullback. But I don't really mind if I miss it. I've made some money. My money's working elsewhere, so I'm not exactly losing any money, right? Let's look at Tesla today. Tesla, everybody said that Tesla was a bad stock. It was going to go all the way down to 100. I heard such nonsense. The analyst, remember, they beat on earnings depending on how you read it, but people got disappointed by it not smashing earnings. Remember, the analysts are not Tesla. The analysts are people that analyze the stock and determine what the stock should do. And if it doesn't do what they say it should do, then it misses on earnings and everybody goes, oh, this stock is no good. I'm more interested in how Tesla are performing as opposed to what the analysts expect it to do, and when it doesn't do it, trying to, try to manipulate the stock into selling off. So for me, when Tesla reported and the price went down, I just bought more. So for me, I'm in a much stronger position again. Just preparing, digging the ditches when everybody's saying it's never going to rain. I'm getting ready in the desert for the rain. That's what it's all about. Let me go back to some comments here. Who else have we got joining us now? Crag, hi everybody. Hi Bill. Nicky Boy Gaming, hello. You with the piano yet? You with the piano yet? No, I'm still in England. I'm not home yet, Nicky boy. What a day today. Hi, Bill. Hi, Nicky. Stephen Lewandowski. Hi, Church. Tesla is nothing special. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Church? Stream Elements bot running. Oh, hello. Stream Elements bots running in the chat. No idea what that means. Step through scooter will have better gains over time. I have to disagree with you, Church. I thought the earnings was great. I was concerned with Elon Musk's presentation, however, but he does have a speech impediment, and he seemed to be really struggling the other night. But someone said to me, what happens if Elon Musk died? It's an awful thing to say, but what would happen? Now, he's not like a regular CEO. He is the creator, inventor, the vision. But Tesla now is where Tesla is. Tesla wouldn't go anywhere. It would have a shock if we lost Elon Musk being so positive in the company. But I don't see the company changing direction or having any issue. I mean, we perhaps shouldn't even be talking about such a thing, but it is worth noting that Elon Musk is such a character for Tesla. What if Elon Musk wasn't around? What would happen? But I don't see an issue if that happened. Anyway, let's go back to SPCE. You can see it's still rising, 436. My average now is 493. I could have gone further in today, but I decided no, that's plenty. What will I do if it goes lower? I'll buy more. I buy it in batches of 100, not options, not contracts, batches of 100, just because that's my tolerance to the stock. And every time it drops another 5%, I do another $100. That's kind of how I do it. I don't chase it when it starts going up. But for me right now, doing the calculations, doing the maths, it makes common sense. I feel that's the way Warren Buffett would go at it. If you are buying a stock, you're looking for value. So if you're buying simply the cash that's on the table, it's not costing you anything, right? The cash is on the table. So you're buying a company, the share price now equates to the cash on the balance sheet without all the other assets and goodwill and customers and deposits and so on, just the cash on the balance sheet. To me, that makes sense. That's how you should buy a stock, and very rarely you can buy a stock like that. You can't do that with Tesla or any other company, I would imagine. Let's go back to the chat before we end this live stream. Let's have a little look. I feel the same, Church. I would be concerned about him pulling shares out of Tesla to pay for Twitter. Well, did you not listen to the earnings? It's as good as confirmed. The buyback is going to happen early next year. Tesla are going to buy back shares. That's the best news that any shareholder can hear. They're going to buy back shares. They hinted on it, and hinting on it is a kind of guarantee it's going to happen. I've listened to lots of research today to suggest that's exactly what that meant. So having that suggested, that buyback is imminent, and the cost involved to do that, that is exactly what any shareholder wants to hear. So I'm very, very excited about that, because the moment they buy back the shares, up goes the price. It's like pouring rocket fuel on the share price. What did Church say? Most people next year will not be able to qualify for so much money to borrow. Banks know they will default. However, you say that, American Express, which is a credit card for the more wealthy, is booming. Their earnings is good. Their forecasts are great. FICO scores and credit scores on average with American Express are, I think, around the 810, 820, which means everyone's got an excellent rating. They're spending more money. There's no downturn. So the sort of people that buy a Tesla, the sort of people that buy a ticket on Virgin Galactic are spending money like before. It's the old age story. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. That's the reality. The reality is, right now, people with money are getting richer. And the simple fact is, you can be that next generation if you are investing. If you are running to the hills and think the world's going to end, then you'll end up in the hills running around like a mulberry bush. At the end of the day, this is, for me, the next generation, the next opportunity of investors. That's why I'm all in. People spending recklessly, he says. Church says people spending recklessly. Virgin Orbit is getting a contract with NATO for space defense. By the way, yes, I know that. I've read that, and I plan to visit the Virgin Orbit space station again before I go. And also, the plans are now being put in place to present to you to go to Virgin Galactic in New Mexico next year for our next convention. Our convention here in the UK was successful. We are planning now going to the UK, to the US, to do the same thing, and hopefully be even bigger than our first one. So we're looking forward to that. Yes, you're right. However, Virgin Orbit's price isn't moving the way it should. It's very swing trade, very scalpy at the moment, I feel. Virgin Galactic is just selling down. Whereas Virgin Orbit is very scalpy. So I decided to join that bandwagon, even though I hate doing that. Take my money because I saw the opportunity greater with Virgin Galactic. So that's why I did that. But I'm looking to get back into Virgin Orbit. And really, with the news that it's already had with NASA and the other contracts it's had, multiple now since I've been here in the UK, the stock price should be at $4 or $5 at least, and it's not. People are still scalping it. I got a sense of that when I visited Virgin Orbit. There was some negativity around the people that internally that hold shares. There was a sense of, fear, pride in the technology, but a fear in the value of the stock, like scalping off the top. And as long as that feeling is there, the stock can keep dipping down. So there may come another opportunity. If it goes down again where I bought it in, I won't pay any more, because that's been proven to me to make money. I'll do it again. But it holds a greater risk, however, Virgin Orbit. If you look at margin, they regard it as a higher risk than it's 100% margin requirement as opposed to Virgin Galactic 60%. So, however, that is actually worth understanding that margin and your brokerage regards Virgin Orbit as a greater risk from default, that you need more money as a margin requirement, 100%, as opposed to Virgin Galactic is 60%. And to give you a perspective, the S&P 500 is 25%. So that gives you the perspective. So there's a higher regard of risk with Virgin Orbit. So another reason why my calculations led for me to invest in Virgin Galactic. Back over to the comments. Well, Virgin Galactic is still going up, which is nice. Hi, Shad. Did we have Shad in the stream? Did I miss Shad? Did Shad come in? I didn't see Shad. Oh, yes, he's over there on Facebook. Hope you're doing great, buddy. Love to see you here. Do you know what a holiday is? Do I know what a holiday is? Yeah, but the thing is, guys, I enjoy and love what I do. And I'm relaxing. I'm looking out of the window. I'm having a lovely time. But I love what I do. I am extremely proud and appreciative of this, of you. And, if something dramatic happens, I feel it's my responsibility to let you know. You followed me now for over a year and a half. And, many of you, and you shouldn't do it, of course, but there are many of you that do follow my trades. And it's my responsibility, even though it's your responsibility and it's your money, I feel a responsibility to at least tell you what I'm doing and how that affects my portfolio. So you have the information that I have. What you do with it, of course, is up to you. But I feel it's important, and I love doing this. I love doing this. So there you go. All right, there you go. Thank you ever so much for tuning in this afternoon. Market's looking great. Now, this is very, very important. Very, very important because it's Friday. For the last month now, 5-6 weeks, every Friday we've been further down. Every Friday, every Monday we pop up a little bit, we sell off, and every Friday we're further down. At the moment, it looks like we've hit the bottom, and this is the first Friday in a number of weeks now, where we could be reversing the trend. So we're going to check that in a second. There, came over to YouTube to drop a like. There you go, good. Fantastic. Has everybody smashed a like? Do you like this new little setup I got here, by the way? Look, here's my little mini me. He's still there, look. Smash the like button. Maybe he's over that way, wherever he is. Smash the like, done that, and if you're watching later on, I can also do this now. Look, if I want to go in a spaceship, right, I can go in a spaceship, Virgin Galactic, and I can be there. Look, see, I like that. I like that. Very good, right? There you go. I'll bring myself back in again. There you go. Right, so let's have a look. The overall portfolio, right, if we go to the month, right, you can't quite see that. There you go. This position here, I don't know if you can see on this. I'm so looking forward to my proper studio again. Where we are right now, here, it looks like it's going to beat last week. Of course, this could all change in a matter of minutes, but right now things are looking quite good. We've got a few hours to go yet, but looking quite good. I'm quite optimistic. I think things could pan out quite nicely. So there you go. Virgin Galactic, that's why I bought more. That's how I valued the stock. That's the price that I put on it. Could it go lower? Yes, it could. Should it go lower? Absolutely not. Makes no sense for it to go any lower because you're buying the cash that's on the books. You're basically buying now Virgin Galactic at a wholesale price. You're getting it at a wholesale price. Let me have a look. Let me just finish up. Very good graphics. Thank you. Fed probably another 3/4% maybe last one. Yeah, I think there's a reversal because we're now seeing deflation. Not only as is inflation coming down, we're seeing some things deflation. We're seeing things now going lower in price, not just reducing but going lower. So deflation is a worry as well. You don't want things to go too cheap. Companies can't make any money. Anyway, let's have a little. I say more hikes, but Wall Street thinks it won't be big hikes again. No, absolutely. So I believe that we are now at a bottom. I've said it before, and I was wrong last time. Does that mean there can't be a bit more? Yeah, it all depends on your portfolio. But honestly, I feel confident now. This looks like the first week we're going maybe going to beat last week, going to be up. So I feel that Virgin Galactic would make no sense to go any lower. Tesla has recovered from its earnings and looking great. I said to you it would be a record-breaking earnings, and it was. Everything about the earnings was great, but depending on how you measure it, and remember, it's the analysts who set the expectations, not Tesla. They were 50% up. I mean, if you had a business and you're 50% up on last quarter, wouldn't you regard that as a success? Obviously, but remember, and someone made a very good point, Tesla, I think it's 79 PE ratio, it's priced to perfection. You're paying a very high price for Tesla. Did I say Virgin Galactic? I meant Tesla. You're paying a very high price for Tesla. So it has to grow quickly. If the PE ratio was 20, something like that, I'm not sure what Ford is. What's Ford? Church, can you tell me what the PE ratio of Ford is? I'm guessing the PE ratio of Ford is probably around 30. You have to compare it within the same industry. So Tesla is extremely expensive. A lot of future growth is already built in. So that's why analysts expect a high bar to be reached, to be met every time, because the stock price is so high. But it's fallen enough now. In old money, it got lowers around about $600, which is going back a year. I'm okay with that. Could it be cheaper? Yeah. I mean, but I think it was good. Everything they're doing is fine. Let's see what Church said. The PE ratio is 4. PE is 4. Is that 4.099? Is that what you said? 4? That don't sound right. 4. Let's have a look. F-O-R-D. That doesn't sound right to me. Let's have a quick look. PE ratio is 4.1. There you go. So it gives, and you have to compare it within the industry. That's really cheap, Church. So obviously, you have to compare it in the same industry. There's no point comparing Tesla to somebody, to a building firm or a bank. You have to compare it so you can see how expensive Tesla is compared to Ford. So it gives you an idea. So in other words, Ford is a better value if you think that the stock can grow at the same rate. If you think it's just going to sit there and do nothing, it doesn't matter what the PE ratio is. But there you go. Anyway, thanks for that, Church. I'm seeing the Broncos everywhere. I'm seeing Broncos everywhere. What's all that about? What does that mean? Anyway, I have no idea what that means. If you said I'm seeing Manchester United everywhere, I'd get it. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope you all smash the like button. So there you go. That's my opinion on Virgin Galactic. Do as you will. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, but what I'm actually doing with my actual money. Look forward to seeing you later on for the Closing Bell premiere. Make sure you've watched all in the series to be in the competition. Not that many to go. I'll see you back on the 31st of October. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.